live all over. We welcome our communities from Houston, Texas, from Burundi, from all over the world, as you all join us in celebrating our beautiful sister, today's Amazon, Miss Ella Uwimana. We thank God for her life. She is a wonderful testimony of God's goodness, of God's majesty. She is a testimony of resilience. She is, just a bundle of encouragement for the rest of us. Talk about running away from war, escaping from war, finding yourself in the United States by divine providence, by the grace of God, becoming a single mother, just by incidents, by unfortunate circumstances. Talk about overcoming all of that. Talk about, raising those children to become wonderful, beautiful women, young girls for God and others, doing it successfully. And just when you're celebrating, you're overcoming that adversity, you're hit by unfortunate health challenges, then you have to navigate, life as someone is suffering from cancer, and you ascend that, overcome that, and you move on with life, and you're able to, by the grace of God, by the faith in God, overcome the darkest times of life, rise up to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, community leader, and women's advocates. All of this bundle in one person, today's Amazon. I present to you our beautiful sister, our eloquent sister, our faith powerhouse, our testimony to the glory of God this morning, Miss Ella Uwimana. Welcome. Look at that beautiful smile. Oh my God. Tell us about yourself. I want you to introduce yourself because I cannot do honor to the beautiful, accolades that you have gathered. So talk about yourself and then just jump right in and tell us about how you came to America, how you navigated all these challenges and can still smile. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Miss Princess, for this opportunity. As you say, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I am a woman of hope, as many people know me. I am here to talk to you as a single mother, as a breast cancer survivor, as a businesswoman or entrepreneur, and also as a Burundian advocate. Ella Uwimana, who is she? I was born in Burundi, a small country in East Africa. We are only 20,000 square feet. And I grew there. I was born. I became an orphan when I was before the age 2. But I grew up by the grace of God. Everything was okay with a good country where everybody shares what we have. But then my country started being shaken by wars, different wars, 1972, 1988. But the worst one was in 1993, when there was assassination of the president that was democratically elected, His Excellency Ndadaye Melchior. That one was the one that pushed me into my journey to be a successful woman that I am today. So when I left Burundi, when after the war, I escaped many times in the war. 10 times I was myself, I come out from dead people. They were dying while I was watching. It was so horrible, but my prayer was like, God, give me a chance that I will witness your glory in your people. And I thank God that He made it. That's why today I am telling you this story, that it is gonna change you. I live in Houston, Texas, since September 15, 1998, where I came in as a refugee. And when I got here, everything was challenging. I left Burundi in 95 to go to Burkina Faso because by the grace of God, God wanted me to start my journey. So in Burkina Faso, I went to university, but God told me that was not enough. My journey was not to stop there. He's like, now I need to take you to the great nation, country of opportunity, which is America, where everybody like today is gonna realize what God can do from a small country to a big country, from a poor country to a country of opportunity. So I came to America September 15, as I have said. Living here, it was not easy. It was very challenging. I was faced with a culture challenge, language challenge. Everything was challenging. But through all these challenges, God brought me up to be somebody that will inspire somebody else, especially you today who are sitting with me, who are listening to what I'm saying. So once I get here, it took me a lot of time to know where I was and how to mingle the system. But sure enough, because God had prepared me, because brothers and sisters, when God had chosen you, he chose you first, then he equipped you. Once he equipped you, he put you out there to do his work. So God had equipped me with the language. I was able to find the job myself within 1 month in America, which was not good. I think that job was like, it was a welcoming call to step into the real American life. So that job, it helped me to know people. And then after, because I was doing law school in Burkina Faso, I got an opportunity from my first job, which is, I'm telling people who are listening to me, when you come to America, you are supposed to pick any job you see because it is a door to your future. So my first job opened me to go to work in a law firm, which is what I studied for. It was my area. So there also, I wanted to learn how people can go from a small country, from a small job to a better job, and then to be what? To be entrepreneur. I was so good in that job, but was I really comfortable? Not sure enough as God have designed to. That's why since now I work for that company for 7 years, and the God told me, Ella, 7 years is enough. Now you need to move up to something greater, to work for yourself and have a time to do my work. Sure enough, I was always obedient to the voice of God. I left that job, and then God sent a messenger to tell me. It was a lot of messengers I met on my way. Even in that job, I have a lot of people who came and they testified that they were coming to see me and to tell me what the message God gave to them. So the Lord told people, tell Ella that she has a lot of languages, she has a lot of skills, she came from a country, different culture. She knows what she can use to honor me and to inspire and encourage other people. So I took my skills I had, which was the languages. I speak 5 languages. I am very fluent.
Wow, 5 languages. Oh my goodness. Did you hear this woman who has a life's passion to motivate, to educate, to empower by sharing the lessons learned and the key aspects of her journey? Did you hear her say she has 5 languages? Did you also hear her say, when you come to a foreign country like this, take any job, start from somewhere. Don't, be thinking about where you're coming from, who you've been. Accept any job. It's the door to the next level. Just go ahead and share with us the coming to America story, single motherhood, and then we want to hear about your battle with cancer and how you're overcoming the dark times through faith. Just go ahead.
Thank you so much. And then the story continues. So after I got my job, everything, there we go. God, they say, oh, now you need to wake up. That job I quit it, and I have to go to mingle to find out God in the darkness. How did I do that? in 2000, when my people started coming, when I founded a non-profit organization because the experience, the skills, the living skills I had helped me to help other people to settle in America, to know what to do. And then I was guiding them. Whatever I was going through, I didn't know it was a lesson to go to teach and model other people. So I found that organization that's helping refugees to use my skills. And then I was working so hard, like 24/7. And then, sure enough, back in 2010, I faced, in 2006, I started also, when I was helping the refugees, getting a job, getting food, getting clothes, getting shelter. God showed me, she was like, Ella, this is not enough. Now you need to remember that I am your God. And then you need to honor me. Then I started to found East African Catholic Community Ministry in Houston. That one, it boomed. Everybody joined, a lot of families. And it is still working up to now. It is very good and running at St. Nicholas Parish, at St. Nicholas Catholic Church. So through that, God revealed me by using it, helping people to understand the word. God revealed to me, Era, you are about to do something big. Sure enough, in 2012, God used me as a miracle healing, as a healing woman. I was able, people are testifying, they can witness that. I was fasting for 40 days, and God used me to heal one handicapped man who was in a wheelchair forever. He was constrained in his chair for the whole life. But that day, June 3rd, 2012, he got up and do his first steps in his life. And now he's doing fine. Secondly, on June 6th, another woman who was sick in the hospital for 6 months without finding what he was suffering for. I went after she heard the story about the other man who got healed, who got up from his wheelchair. I went to pray for her. And the next day, the woman got up in the hospital and they started working. Everybody was amazed. When they asked her, they said, what did you do? We tried all the best, but nothing ever happened. She told them, I prayed. And when I wake up this morning, everything was back to normal.
Wow.
And then through all this, God was preparing me. You know, do never expect anything greater without going through tribulation. What happened next? Then in 2013, I found the bad news. I was battling the issue of being in divorce, becoming a single mother, raising 2 children. The smaller one was under 2 years. And my older daughter, she was only 5. You know what, you see how God can work miracle through you. And then I received this bad news. I had breast cancer. And I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But guess what? Faith is what we need to move the mountain. There is nothing that can stand, not cancer, not disease, not poverty, not hunger, nothing. Through that, because I was a woman of faith and a woman of hope, I took it granted. I say, okay, Lord, I know you're gonna get me through. A lot of people did not know I was going through cancer. Some people can testify. But it was the time of cleansing me. God cleansing me through everything I went through to prepare me to be a woman of leadership, to be a woman of consolation, to be a woman of comfort, to be a single mother that's gonna be encouraging other women in the whole world. Was this enough? No, it wasn't enough yet. Now it was another chance, because I was hearing people, they have a cancer, people, they have a heart disease, people, I didn't know I was ever have that. But because God wants me to testify today, to make you stronger, I went through the cancer stage. It was not to make me weak, but to make me stronger. Guess what I learned? I went to this hospital here in Houston, which I think when they're gonna hear the testimony, they may be able to do the same thing they did to me, to others in the world, even in Burundi. Why not in my native country? I went to MD Anderson, where they make cancer a history. There, they took care of me. They treated me. Not only treating me, they accompanied me through my pain. I was in pain every day. I was on bed rest for 6 months. My children was fed by foreigners. Good Samaritan, they are among us. That I'm not even saying about this good, beautiful lady princess. That's how she met me, and she realized what God has put in me. Ever since that day, this woman have changed my life as well. So through all this, God never forgot me. I will be on a bed all day, all week long. But on Sundays, God will give me the energy to go to church. People never knew I was going under cancer, battling cancer, in the chemotherapy, unless I told them. Brethren, I didn't have no hair on my head at that time, but I will go in the church. I will help my people. I will translate the word. They will take something home to build them. And so that's how I survived. And at Emedic Anderson, during those 6 months, I could not work. People, they are good people in America. When they call it a country of opportunity, it really is. I know a lot of them, you can testify it. You cannot go hungry. There is people that can help. There is always help out there. The reason I'm here today, it's like through all those challenges, God brought me out. Being an entrepreneur, being encouraging, being a woman of hope, and being a mother of beautiful girls who are going even to the most challenging, the most powerful school in Houston, Texas, because from what God has done. I have a lot of angels behind me who's gonna do better than I do. And I am doing like as my ancestors did, but everything we have to give each other the time to do what God wants us to do.
Okay, hold on. I'm not going to let you rush to the next part of the story without us going slow, taking time to acknowledge once again, MD Anderson. I heard you say that they're not only making cancer history, but they accompany you through your pain. I want you to look in the camera and just talk to the management of that organization and express your gratitude, which you already shared with me. You said you want an opportunity to say thank you and to tell the world how amazing they are. Take a few minutes and speak to MD Anderson and express your acknowledgement of all that they did.
MD Anderson and staff, I cannot thank you enough. I don't find a word to express. You've been there when nobody was there. You paid my bill. The social worker has been my sister, has been my brother when nobody was there. They escorted me. They accompanied me. They feed my kids. They taught me how to live through the pain. I remember I was there also for a blessing. God will never let you go until you bless others when he blessed you. I meet other people who went through the challenges of cancer. I know there is this woman. She went through 27 surgeries because of cancer. The cancer keep moving from one place to another place to another place. I prayed for her. And then the next time I saw her, she was like, now I feel better than before. She acknowledged that Jesus visited her alive when she met me. There was another guy, he was desperate. Everybody has abandoned him because he had become nobody and he was a rich man. But I told him, through what you're going through, it's God wants me to show his power in you. And do not give up. God will heal you, but you're going to be alive, a testimony. Wow. That guy, he was so excited.
So 1 second, if someone is going through a cancer diagnosis right now, if there's a woman out there or a man who has just been giving that devastating sentence or diagnosis, what is the key message that you're giving to the person? They've just received that shocking news. What are your words to them?
My words to them is, hope is on the way. God has never abandoned you. Going through cancer is another step into another new life of experience, because you got to share. That's when you're going to know your people, the one who are with you. They are the one who are with you in pain. You may discover the people you never know before. Like I never know Emily Anderson. But when I had that cancer, I have to understand how good they are, how compassionate they are with the people who are going through the cancer pain, who are battling. It is not easy. And also remember, do not lose faith, because if you don't have a faith, you will die first. A lot of people, cancer does not kill. To me, what kills us is the loss of hope. Once you have hope, you will survive with the cancer. We have a lot of things we survive every day. That's why we are here, to encourage each other. And also, people will be asking me, what did you do? How do you still, Miss Princess always asking me, why do you have the pain and always have your smile on your lips? And I'm like, because I know who I am, a child of God. Brothers and sisters, when you are a child of God, anything you're going through, it is not going to bother you, because you know whose child you are, who you are supposed to serve.
Pause for a minute there, and let me let everyone know. As we speak, Ella still is going through pain. You would not even believe it. The smile she has on her face is the smile of an angel. She's not pain-free. And every time I see her, she's smiling. And so what is your encouragement? You just talked about faith. You talked about hope. What is your encouragement for anyone going through the dark time of their lives? Anyone that, it could be cancer, it could be other challenges. You came out of war. You said you were stumbling over dead people. You were an orphan at a young age. For someone going through the darkest times of their life, talk to us about the kind of faith and the reinforcements for that season.
Yes, that season is a season of challenge. That's when we have to stand stronger. Some people of us, we say we know God, but when the challenges come, we forget. We think about the challenges. We think about the greatness, the greatness of the mountain of difficulty, of disease, cancer we are going through. We forget the greatness of God. God is always there through the challenges moment. And guess what? Whenever you are in a difficult issues, you have issues in your family, in your life, know that's the time God wants you to be set apart for him. That's when you're supposed to go back and think, who are you? What do you have to do? It is like a wake-up call. Look up and look. Whenever nothing is going, look up. The answer is there. That's what I did. A lot of people did not know what I was going through. But then through the pain, that's when I was able to encourage others. Once they realize who I am, a lot of people has been strengthened through my experience and through my sharing. So do not forget God until he forgets you, because he will never do. He will always be with you in a good situation, and especially when you are in the bad. And so when I come out from all this through the difficulty, the cancer, it set me apart for the Lord. It was a time to go back to myself, to go back to my God, and realize what I was supposed to do. Guess what? Once I got out, I was inspired to speak what I lived. A lot of people came to visit me. Instead of comforting me, they went home comforted also by the person who they think was going through a lot of challenges. And also, that's when I grew. then things start falling in place. That's when my leadership skills start working. Everywhere I am, in the churches, in the community, I was nominated for different position in organization. They want me, they see something in me. Brother and sister, somebody seeing something in you. From today, do not rely on what is challenging you. Rely on what you can do, what God has made you to be. So now I was in 2000, God have used me for a lot of things. A lot of people know, they may testify. Maybe in the future you will hear it. I was supposed to lead. Now I have women all over the world. Since August 2020, I was able to reach out to all the women, especially Burundian women through the world, because I was nominated to be the president, to be the lead. I took the lead and tried to fetch out what God is doing around the world. And then I realized the little Burundi, you know, has spread out of the whole world, every corner on earth. There is a Burundian in there. And guess what? What was that? God was challenging me to know where I am, find out where other people are, and what needs to be done. That He was calling me to my ministry to open something, a platform that is going to assist people going with challenge, people who went through war, especially in Burundi, in Rwanda, in Congo, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, everywhere where there is war in the world, in Afghanistan, you name it. People who do not have food at the table. That's why God, I told you, it was not by bad coincidence that Ella was brought to America. I came to America, a great nation of opportunity, to learn the life, to get acquaintances, to get people that will help other people to be what God had made them to be. Thanks to American people. Thanks to people of the world. To anybody I have met in my life who made me the woman I am today. The woman, the conqueror of life, the motivator of other people, that life is worth to still being lived. So today, let me tell you, going through the experience I learned as a refugee, as a victim of war, as an orphan, as a single mother, what are we up to now? In all things we do, in everything I do, God have given me the chance to form different organizations. I was like, how am I gonna do it? By seeing what United Nations is doing, what Red Cross is doing, what OEM is doing, International Organization for Migration have done for all the refugees, taking them where they are, to take them where they can feel peace, where they can continue living. God told me to found some non-profit organization where we can use to reach out to those in need. Actually, as you see me, I am the CEO and the founder of a non-profit organization, one in the USA that was started, as I told you, it started in September 11, 2001. I think that date means something to you, which means something to me that is greater than myself. It is called, when I started, it was a Brother Support Services Alliance that helps the rural refugee from African area where I come from. But now, once I found out people are everywhere in the world, they fall between the cracks, they need help. Burundi, my country, they need somebody for a psychological counseling, they need healthcare assistance, they need somebody to help them to be educated, to be where they want to be. Then I changed the name to be Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission. Everybody, you and I, we are supposed to put in our effort to work on this mission, do what we got to do. Everybody's challenged.
Pause for a minute and tell us the name again. Universal,
Humanitarian
Humanitarian
Rescue
rescue mission
mission.
set up by someone in the midst of her own rescue story, in the midst of her own challenges, and someone in need of rescue at the time from, so many challenges. Oh my goodness. Just go ahead. I'm so inspired and so encouraged by your story. I hope someone watching today will learn something from your resilience, from the hope that you exude, from the confidence, from the courage, from just the faith that you live out in your day-to-day life, from that smile that you carry, that you wear with so much glory. I hope someone who is giving up, someone who's about to give up, someone who thinks that they have no reason to leave, somebody who has, gotten a cancer diagnosis and they're so fearful. I hope that your story will resonate and will give hope and life to someone today. Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. And after I found it, that God showed me that I need to go back, because I realized what I went through as being Burundian, born in a small country, being in a war, seeing people dying. I saw a lot of people who died. A lot of people died. And when I got here, I was like, what can I do? Then after I found this organization, I remembered my people in Burundi.
Let's get her a napkin, Celeste. Yes.
I remember my people in Burundi. I was like, what can I do? I know I was rescued, but there are a lot of people who have not been rescued in my country. That's when after 15 years, I decided to go back. And when I got there, I found out people, because they didn't have, I had people who helped me here, who counseled me, who say, Ella, after war, life continues. But in my country, we don't have those people. People, they have been depressed. They are living with the how can I call it?
Postpartum syndrome.
Trauma, yeah.
Yes.
Trauma. When I went in my village, I found even the street, you could not go through the street. People are scared. They live in fear. And I was like, what can I do? I knew why God wanted me to go. When I went, I cried hard. And then I was like, what can I do? That's when I started another ministry there. It is called the Diaspora Works for Mercy Foundation. Why? Because my goal is to encourage other people to work with me, to dress the naked, to feed the hungry, to rescue those who do not have no shelter, to find a place to sleep. There are a lot in the country that has been under wars, like in my country. People do not go to school because they still need everything from the basic need. And now let me seize this opportunity to thank Burundian government. They work hard, they struggle from war to peace, from poverty, they are growing to being a prosperous country. But what can I do? I challenge you, especially Burundian outside Burundi. What can we do? Let's get together. Let's put efforts together. We come to this developed country. What can we take? For me, as being American and being Burundian of origin, I would like to put these two countries together. Let us be partners. America, I can thank you enough. You are a country of opportunity for many from all over the world. You gave us a shelter when we didn't have nowhere to be. From a refugee camp, come to have your own place, come to have a job, come to have education for your children. This is something of value. We cannot even know how to say. I would like to thank American people and American government. Keep doing what you do best. The whole world is looking up to you. I would like to tell you that last summer in July, I went into my country to see how the country is going. The country now, they are at a good stage. It is a virgin country for investment. That's what I learned. We were told about healthcare. They need like a modern medical supply. They need education. They need people to come to learn like we are learning at the universities here, learning vocational training, medical field, business. We need all this to take it home. American who hear me, I know you have a big heart. I want you to expand that big heart to Burundian. Go with me. Let's go to that rescue mission. You want to go with me? Come. Take what you have and what I have. We will strengthen, we will make Burundi a great nation. And they're gonna know America, it is a blessed country. God have shed a lot of blessings upon America. That's why he brought a lot of people from all over the world to come to live here, to come to experience the boundless, the gift of opportunity. We take it home. We will build the whole world from America. I thank God for who I am. And those who are listening to me, I will not let you go until I tell you how I feel as a woman that I have seen what a woman can do. Women who are on this.
Hold on. Let's stay with your appeal. Hold on about the women's advocacy. You're going to go right into that in a minute. But let me lend my voice to Miss Ella's voice as she calls on Burundians in diaspora to join her, to come back home to Burundi and impact the lives of those that you left behind. That is the home that you came from. That is your roots. And she is calling on all of you, Burundians, to come back home, to return home with your clothing, with your shelter, with food, with education, with empowerment for the ones that you left behind. If you cannot go physically, you can go with your resources. You can go with your mentoring and encouragements. She's also calling on the United States government, citizens, and people all around the world to support. But I want to add a dimension to it, that whether it be Burundi, Nigeria, Cameroon, whatever country you come from, if you're an immigrant, if you love immigrants, I want to say, don't forget where you came from. When the Lord has lifted you up, when the Lord has blessed you, when you've acquired Western education, when you're doing well, when you're a renowned doctor, renowned lawyer, and all of that, that is a gift from God for you to share. And where do you start from? Return home with your love. Return home with your gifts. So now I'm going to let you talk to us about women's advocacy.
Thank you so much. That's what we call give back to the community. Yes, through my journey as being a woman, I learned what a woman is. What can we do? What is our calling into the world? Remember, when God created he created the world, he created everything was good. And then he created a man. And a human being, he said everything was good. We was very good. And then he realized the man could not be by himself in order to make the world perfect. Because he told them the man was supposed to make everything beautiful, to make it prosper. But the man could not do it by himself. What did he do? He created a woman. He created a woman, you and me. For what? Because God have realized a woman is the pillar of everything. A woman is the challenge for everything in life. A woman, what a woman empowers, nobody can separate. You know, even God saved the world through a woman who accepted to carry God in her. our Holy Virgin Mother, as you know of. I am a Catholic, sorry, but we recognize her. So that's where the womanhood is from. So we need to
Hold on. No, no apologies. You know, we know that our Savior came to the world to die for us. We have no apologies in recognizing his mother. We have no apologies. So go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. So women, then we have a big role. When I realized whatever in my life, I found out I was lacking a lot of stuff. Sometimes we think we are weak. No, we are the strongest. We think the men has been leading the world because they have strong women behind them, right? So we've been there. We've been doing it. Today, I am telling you, let us stand up. Let us bring all our energy, our skills, our talent, put it to work for the world to be what the Lord have designed it to be. It was waiting for you and me to wake up, to find out what women can do. You realize that now women can be leaders. Thanks to the Vice President of America, His Excellency Kamala Harris. You see, we can do it. We have a president in Tanzania, in Liberia. We have women that are ministers, prophets, that are pastors, that are everything. So today, I challenge you, women, we are up to this. This is our era. We gotta stand up. We gotta join our effort together and make the world what the world has made it to be. Bring our energy, everything. Because we are the one who raised the kids. Good leaders are from our children. What do we do with our children? How do we educate them? What do we do to encourage them, to show them everything is possible? When you don't have food at the table, do you tell them tomorrow is another day? God is up to something great? Because Jesus had to feel hunger for 40 days without eating. I told you when I was fasting for 40 days, God did miracles. People got healed. People got done. So we have a lot of things to do. We need to put God first, and then let us deliver this pregnancy within us, these good things we are carrying within our heart, and then make the world a better world to be. So here again, your leader, your motivator, single woman, motivating other women, a leader. Let me also call upon leaders of the nations of all the world, using as a point of contact the president of Burundi. I realized how the leaders using our president as a point of contact has to go closer to the people, go in the field with them, go on the construction field with them, go in the church with them, and always show them what to do and do it best. So taking that example, let us take what we have best, use it to build a better world, a perfect family, a perfect community, raising perfect kids, because that's what God created us for, you and me, to be a perfect person in a perfect world through the challenges. The challenges, it is our ticket to reach our perfection. So don't be challenged. You will be challenged, but through the challenges, that's when you get stronger and stronger. With God, everything is possible. We thank you for listening to me. Whatever, take what you need to be, but what I learned, what can we take home? What we can take home is, wherever you are, that is your working field.
Wow.
Do what you can do right there. You don't have to go to Europe to make a change in somebody's life. where you are. It may be a smile you put on life every day. Put a smile on somebody. That's why every time I meet somebody, I know that person, either they are an answer to my question, they are a solution to my problem, or I will be a solution to their problem. Nobody comes to you to hurt you. We need to change that. Everybody that comes to you, they are coming for good, because God created us, each one, to be good, to prosper, and to be the best of the best. Also, learn to use your time wisely. Learn to use your talents. There is nothing you have that is useless. Can you teach? Teach other people to be who they are. Is it pray? Pray for people to get the anointing, to wake up the gifts God has put in them, because they have to get it through you. Are you a mother? Show the example to your children how to be a good child, to be somebody who will be useful for the country and for the whole world. And also, what I learned best, if you want to live longer, love God and love people. Thank you. If you have any question, you have any comment, you have any support that God has prompted you to do, you are welcome. Today is your day and my day. We are here to support one another, to celebrate what God does best in our life. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. We should talk about you in the terms of the President General of the universe. Oh my goodness. That is the precedence. Tell us the names of your two nonprofit organizations. Number one,
Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission, registered in Houston, Texas, as of September 11, 2001. And there is Diaspora Works for Mercy Foundation, registered in Burundi as of July the 16th, 2019, to help women, single mothers, orphans, and the needy among ourselves.
And so yeah, go ahead.
The Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission, it is clear. We empower, we educate, we discover what is holding people in the whole world not to get to where they're supposed to be. And then we provide what they need, either education, basic need, shelter, medical care, everything, counseling, whatever they need is what you and I are supposed to provide, that everybody will enjoy life, be able to love God, love people.
Amen. Yes. Preach. If you're listening, I hope that you're as excited and captivated as I am. For our live audience, I want to thank you all for joining us. I want to thank you for making the time to join us in celebrating today's Amazon, our sister Ella Uwimana. I want to thank Barakamfitiye Ezechiel. I want to thank Dorothy. I want to thank Sister Elizabeth Ngwa of our Houston women's. She's with the, remind me, I think she's the president. She's the president of the Catholic Women's Association. Thank you so much for joining us. Mrs. Grace Mbenko, Jeremy Nyonkure. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves in a minute. Mamboku, Rene, McCary, and all those of you that have joined us, we appreciate you. I want to encourage you to put, if you have questions, put it in the chat area. If you have comments, if you have something to share about our sister, words of encouragement, words of affirmation, just get ready. I will call on you in a minute. If you have something to say, please bring yourself on camera with your video. Make sure your video is on. We will call you in a minute. For those watching on Facebook, on YouTube, I just want to thank God today for this woman of God who in spite of her own challenges, her own pain, sits before us this morning, making a clarion call to help others, sits before us today as the leader of not one, but two nonprofit organizations, providing solutions for others in need, the Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission, Diaspora Works of Mercy, solving other people's problem, relieving other people of their pain. Talk about a wounded healer. Talk about a wounded healer. And for us women, oh my goodness, she had a bundle of challenges. She says we are pregnant and we need to deliver on that pregnancy. Guess what? I don't know if you heard her, but I heard her say, we women are the refined products. I heard her say that God determined that men needed help, that God determined in his infinite wisdom that the men could not do it by themselves. And so he had made man out of dust, but he came back to that lab a second time and he decided to use refined products. Hallelujah. He decided to use refined raw materials. He used the better, the best to produce us. And so we have no excuse. She reminded us of Kamala Harris, the US vice president. And if we can have a woman, female vice president in our time, in our season, we must not allow this season pass us by before we establish our strengths, before we establish the importance, the validity of our God-given talents. She reminded us to use our time, our talent, our treasure. She says we are the pillar. We are the backbone. She says that men have been leading the world and the men that are successful in their leadership, she says it's because of the powerful and strong women behind them. She calls on us to wake up and to recognize that we are relevant. Women, we are relevant. It is our time. It is our day. We're going to come to our live audience. We're going to come to our Facebook audience. But at this time, permits me, on behalf of Lucia Global Network, permit me to present to you this special recognition to our sister, Miss Ella Uwimana, our recognition as today's Amazon. Indeed, very, very duly deserved, very well-deserved honor as today's Amazon, a woman of faith, a woman of resiliency, despite all her multiple challenges, despite the diagnosis that will cripple so many, that will keep them in bed day and night. Despite her pain, even as we speak today, she will wake up, show up, and be an encourager. She called herself a motivator, a conqueror of life. And I want to testify to that. And many today will join me in testifying to that, the fact that indeed she is a conqueror of life, a motivator. A woman with so much experience, a woman with so much in her life's journey, so much to teach, so much to share, so much words of wisdom from her lessons learned, to the extent that she describes herself as having the passion to teach, to motivate, to educate everyone from all that she has learned from life. And she's living that out day by day. Indeed, I can see a book. I speak a book into existence about your life. And so, as I said, celebrate with me today our sister, Miss Ella Uwimana, our very own today's Amazon, on this day, January 15, 2022. A woman that is building her leadership skills, a woman that is building the community here in the USA, over there in Burundi, a woman that is making herself available as a bridge, as a beacon of hope, a woman that is making herself available as a destiny helper, a woman that is leading the clarion call for diasporan Africans in diaspora to wake up to their responsibility to be a gift to their community. To the glory of God, today we recognize you as today's Amazon. May God bless you. May he keep you. May his countenance continue to fall on you. And before we end, we're all going to pray for you. So at this time, I'd like to invite to the camera our Mama Elizabeth Ngwa so she can join in the conversation. Kindly unmute yourself. And if anyone else would like to speak, go ahead and indicate, come on camera, and we'll put you up. Kindly unmute yourself. And you need to unmute yourself, Miss Elizabeth Ngwa. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, yes.
Oh, what a wonderful reflection we have heard today from Sister Ella. I mean, the messages until now, I am still asking myself, was this Ella talking or was this the Spirit of the Lord talking through her? And I say it was the Spirit of the Lord. I have known Ella now for about 7 years. And from the beginning, I didn't know she had that. But one day she called my attention to it. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure of the diagnosis? And she said, yes. Then one day I decided to visit her. Behold, when I saw a container of medications, and I said, Ella, are you the one taking all these medications? And I saw her putting them like a handful, and she took them. And I was like, oh my God, this woman is going through a lot. But one does not know. And I held my chest. I even contacted some people in the church to see how we can do to help her. But you know how our African people are. I don't know why people will always want to help persons only when they are dead. But instead of helping when you are still alive to save lives. Ella, I can say God has taken care of you throughout. And you have not been afraid. He is your safeguard in the sunshine and in the shade. Because I have seen the strength in you throughout. And have learned a lot throughout being close to you. I've learned a lot. And I know sometimes with my witness, I would say, Ella, stop this thing. Come on, let's go do this. And behold, Ella will follow me. Hey, and I was sit quietly, I was saying, this woman is strong. We have to learn from her. Ella, on behalf of Our Lady of Mercy, I keep saying, despite what you are going through, and you took up that challenge of this position as secretary. Secretary is not an easy position in no organization, in no association. I continue to say, God is continuing to be your strength and will take you through thick and thin, and we all will learn from you. Despite that many people have not zoomed in this thing because I've seen the numbers, I strongly believe that those who have zoomed in are those that God wanted them to zoom in for you. But next time, don't put this thing on our meeting day so that many people will zoom in. Yes, I believe that next time, if you don't put it on our meeting day, so many people will zoom in to listen. This is awesome. This is awesome. And don't relent. Keep doing it. As Sister Dr. Princess said, I see a book coming of your life. It's going to come.
And
yes. And to Sister Princess, don't forget that last time I met with you, I talked to you about the CWA. You have not seen Camo. So this is opportunity. Today is a meeting day, first meeting of the year 2022. We are inviting you to come to the meeting.
We'll talk in camera. The whole world is listening to your invitation to CWA. We'll speak in camera. Thank you so much. God bless
sister.
you.
Thank you, Sister Princess, for all you are doing. Thank you for the wonderful thing standing by our Sister Ella. We thank you immensely. God will continue to bless you abundantly. Thank you, Ella.
Let me tell you that this woman you just saw, my Elizabeth Ngwa, she's my president. She's the one who trusts me. She's seen God in me. And then she She's from Cameroon, but they trusted me that they made me to be the secretary of the Catholic Women Association because they realized God who is in me. As she say, I just want to mention this. Thank you so much, my president.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you
Thank you.
again, our president, Elizabeth Ngwa, and we will have that conversation very soon. Thank you to
Yes.
all that are watching. And so in case you're joining us online, on Facebook, on YouTube, or you're even in the audience and you're wondering, what is this all about? Why did we convene this meeting today? I want to remind us of the reason why we are here. We're here because we need to learn to celebrate our
Yes.
own. We're here because we need to learn to acknowledge those amongst us that have gone over and beyond in demonstrating God's gifts, in sharing God's gifts. Those among us that God has given the unusual, the supernatural ability to transcend their challenges, to overcome their challenges, to be wounded healers. We're here to celebrate. We're here to acknowledge. We're here to give God glory for the life of Sister Ella Uwimana. We are thanking God with her while she is here. She's going to be here for a long time, for decades and decades to come by the grace of God. She is going to live a very long life.
Yes.
We want to celebrate her today and always. We want to use every opportunity to celebrate her. We will do this over and over again because we shouldn't have a culture where it is when a person is no longer with us that we begin to, share accolades and, all kinds of things. No, we want Ella
Mommy Angelina.
to hear that we
Mommy
love
Angelina.
her. We want Ella to hear that we love her. We want Ella to know that we acknowledge God's hands in her life and all the miracles that God has done. And we want, most importantly, we want someone that is watching, someone that is listening, to hear a message of hope. We want an orphan somewhere to hear that, oh, it's not about the circumstance of your birth. It's not about, your opportunities when you were growing up. It's about how you allow God to transform your life. It's about how you respond to the opportunities that God places your way. It's about how you remain a person of hope. That's for the orphan. We want someone who is going through war in their country, someone who's going through economic impoverishment, whatever the situation in your country, to hear Ella's message of hope and to know that it's not over until God says it's over. We want someone who is in a position to be a destiny helper, to do as God has bid them. If God lays it in your heart to help someone, somebody helped her to come to the United States. We want you to make yourself available as a destiny helper, to see what this woman has become because somebody gave her an opportunity to get out of that war-torn region, to come to a land of opportunity. Today, she is our global president of all presidents. We can see the transformation that God has worked in her life. So if you're a destiny helper, we're saying thank you, and we're saying do more. And then if you have ever suffered a health challenge and you're at the point of losing hope, we want you to just look at the smile of a woman who is still going through pain from cancer. Look at her smile. Look at her selflessness in sharing with us today words of encouragement. That is why we're here today. That is why we're gathered. And if you have lost hope and faith in the time of, darkness, you are here today to receive a message of hope, a message of overcoming fear, which some have described as false evidence appearing real. Whether it's a cancer diagnosis, whether it's any other terminal diagnosis, whatever it is, Ella says to you today to have hope. Yes. She says to you today that wherever you are is your working field.
Amen.
Whatever your situation is your testimony. She said, when the Lord allows you to go through something, it's for you to use it as your pulpit, use it as your message, use your test as your testimony.
Hallelujah.
And if you're here today, you're wondering, why are we gathered? What is the aim? The aim of our being here today is to hear our sister, our wounded healer, say to us that the purpose of our lives is to love God and love people. And so examine yourself today. How are you loving God? How are you loving people? Examine yourself today through the lens of our sister and ask yourself, how much hope are you allowing yourself to have? How much faith in God are you allowing yourself to have? Someone diagnosed with cancer in 2013. This is 2022, and she's still smiling.
Yes. Amen.
Someone in pain as we speak, she's still smiling. And she talked about when people come to her wanting to, express their, share with her and say sorry, they end up being encouraged by her. That is why we're here today. That is why you're in the audience. That is why you're watching this. You might be watching this 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that the message is still valid. And then for those of us single mothers, the message is, if your husband leaves you, if your partner leaves you, it's not the end of the world. Our sister Ella has raised 2 kids. One was under 2, the other one was 5 when her husband left her. Today, they're beautiful angels, accomplished, working for God and others. I'm so proud of her girls. So you can do it. That's the message. You too can do it. It's not the end of the road. Allow God to take you to higher grounds despite any challenge. And also, if you're thinking that your job that you have today is all that you can be, Sister Ella says to you today that it could just be the beginning. That job could be preparing you for another level as an entrepreneur, as a successful business owner. She's saying to you, go and look at the talents that you have. She could speak 5 languages, and she translated that into a career as a translator, a career as a tax provider, as a bookkeeper. She put it all together into successful small business ownership that has sustained her and paid her bills. So that job that you're doing today, you're happy with it, great. If you're not satisfied with it, she's saying to you, there's hope. She's saying to you, you can take the leap into entrepreneurship. She's also saying to us today, despite whatever you're going through, you can also be God's hands and his feet. You can be God's solution to your world, to your community. It doesn't matter what you're going through, as long as you have your voice and you have breath. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You can be a solution. And she's challenging you with her 2 charity organizations, the Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission, the Diaspora Works for Mercy. How can you be going through all the challenges that she has been through and still have time to think about clothing others, providing shelter, feeding others, being a solution? So we want more from ourselves. God wants more from us. And that's our message to you today. And I hope that someone in the audience will be our next today's Amazon nominee. As you're watching, I hope you're saying to yourself, I qualify to be recognized as today's Amazon. I have a story to share. I have an inspiring story. Email us today on luciaglobalnetwork@gmail.com. Tell us your story, and maybe you might be the next in line for the world to hear about your journey. So Ella, I'm sure I haven't done justice to summarizing the key takeaways. I am sure that I cannot say it as well as you can, And so I ask you to give us your closing remarks for today's session. Bring it all together and give us the key message that you would like for our audience to take away.
Thank you so much, Dr. Princess. And I thank everybody who have come on this meeting, this special celebration. I cannot thank you much, but God will reward you. And I know, as she said, you may be the next nominee, because God doesn't do nothing without a good reason. There is a reason you stop everything you are doing to come to here. And you are the only people I needed, right? So today, the take home is, I think she stressed it enough, but let me just capture what we said. First of all, always believe in yourself. Believe in what you can do. And also remember, God did not create you for yourself. He created you for others. Let's wake up, do something to change the life of others. You know, a lot of us, we have people who are not like us because they have to identify themselves according to us. So we are calling each other to do what we do best. As I said, whatever you have, it can be used to change the life of somebody. It may be a cup of water. It may be a smile. It may be just telling them it's gonna be okay. The words of comfort. Remember, some people do not drag. As we say, wherever you are on the working field. The situation you are in is not permanent. It's not permanent. It is your preparation to the next step. Let's not be stubborn. And let me call on American people. On behalf of all Burundian refugees and other refugees from Africa, let me take this opportunity to thank you. We've been something, you made us to be something great. You gave us a chance to learn from you. And we need to take what we learned from you to go to build our country, so there will be no more other refugees coming here. We will be coming to work. We will be coming in a partnership. We will be working in a collaboration. And saying this, any American who is in the administration, I would like them to be connecting my Burundi to USA, because they are both my countries. I want America to take what we have that Burundi does not have, take it there. In the Burundi, I know you have a heart of hard working, everything. We will bring it to America too. And so it is not only Burundi, it is the whole world. Anything we have that can be used here, we bring it. And anything we have here, I know America has people from all over the world. So we need to take what we learn here to go use it back to bless other people we left behind. And also, as she said, I am an entrepreneur. I know I did not say a lot of things about it. I own a company. It's called Advantage Services and More. We offer tax services. We offer insurance. We offer translations, language interpretation. We offer social services. We connect you to the other network organization. Anything you need, we will provide, because God made it. God gave it to me, and I have to use it for you, and to lift you up, and to lift up the world. And also for a Universal Humanitarian Rescue Mission, we want to send a medical supply, modern. You know what, people, they die from a cancer. They cannot, some of them cannot even be diagnosed. Some people, they have heart disease. They cannot be, they need the MRIs. They need the CT scans. It is you and I that we have to put our resources together and make those medical equipment reach Burundi. Even the doctors here in America, excuse me, they can go to give their big heart to those people that are struggling. We have a lot to give. And I hope from this celebration today, we're going to have a lot of calling, people who can call me. My number is 713-550-3362. Again, my number is 713-550-3362. So you can be a part. You can be a part of this magnitude of philanthropic work. And my email is UWIM as in Mary, A as in Apple, N as in nurse, A as in Apple, E as in elephant, at yahoo.com. We will be glad to hold hand in hand and change the world by what God has given us, by loving Him and loving our neighbors. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, sister. We could be here forever, but we're bringing this to a close. God did not create you for yourself. He created you for others. Words spoken by today's Amazon, Ella Uwimana, and her number again, 713-550-3362. We're not going to go. I encourage our live audience, please stay on. We're going to pray in thanksgiving for Ella's life. And we're going to pray that the Lord who has begun a good thing in her life will be faithful to complete it. But just before that, I have a special guest in the audience. I have a beautiful young lady that will like to say something to her mother. Celeste, can you please come to the camera? Put your head over your mom's shoulder and, let's hear your words. Is Celeste there? Yes. We can't see you. Okay, so let's see. Maybe Mama needs to put your head over her shoulder. Are you there? No? Okay, Mama. Okay, like sit next to her. Let's see, we can see you.
Okay.
Bear with us for a minute. There she is. Okay, that is Ella's beautiful 18-year-old miracle. Let's hear the words from you to Mama and the rest of the world.
First, I would like to start off by saying thank you to everyone who came to the live. This has been a wonderful opportunity for my mom. I know ever since she came to America, she's had big dreams for her country, Burundi. As some of you guys may not know, but Burundi is a poor country, is a poverty country. So her coming to America has been a good opportunity for her. I also want to thank you guys for coming and showing your support and your love to her. And I know it means very much to her because I know how long she's been wanting to tell her story and let it out there. As she said, she did go through divorce, through cancer, but she's still here today, and you guys can see me. I'm still here today, and I really want to thank God for that. And I thank Him every day, because without Him, we could have been in the CPS or somewhere abandoned, worried about, when we're going to see our mom because she's gone because of cancer. But I really thank God for that. And I also want to thank my mom. I really love her so much, and I really appreciate her. I want to thank her so much, even though at the times when she was weak, because I knew she was scared when she got cancer. She didn't want to tell us because she didn't want to make us scared. So she told us later on, but I didn't know that she was suffering all that long. And seeing her being strong through it all, trying to provide for us every day to take care of us, it really touched me. And it inspired me to also grow up and to be a strong woman as well, no matter the circumstances or the hard times I go through. So I love you, Mom, and I thank you for everything you've done for me and my sister, and I appreciate you very much. And I thank you all too. Much love from our family to you guys. Thank you.
Wow, talk about the apple does not fall far from the tree. Look at that confident young woman. Tell us your name, so that when the time comes, we can come after you for wife material. Tell us your name.
My name is Celeste Ndaishima, Celeste Eston Ndaishima. I am currently a senior in Carnegie Vanguard High School, and I'll be the first generation graduate in high school and to go to college. And my whole family, out of my whole family. So that's a wonderful thing. And yeah, and I'm 18 years old.
Thank you, Celeste. We're coming back for you maybe in another 6-7 years. We'll give you time to go to college and then we're coming back. Okay, everyone. This has been an exciting discovery, learning journey, journeying with Ella, learning so much about how to love God and love his people. We're going to say bye-bye to our online audience on Facebook, on YouTube. For our live audience, please stay behind and let's all pray with Ella, for Ella. Let's thank God. Those, if you're watching this sometime later, years from now, months from now, days from now, say a word of prayer for Ella, that the Lord who has begun a wonderful work in her life will be faithful to complete it. Pray that God will perfect his healing in her life. Pray for a healthy, many, many, many decades more for her. So we're going to say thank you and bye-bye to our online Facebook Live audience, YouTube audience. God bless you. See you all again at the next episode of Lucia Global Network. Any of our